Hello, and thanks for tuning in. This review is going to be a special one for everyone who was a kid during the 90s. And now, Good Burger. I'm going to turn to IMDb for the description on this one. Two dim-witted teenagers are forced to save the fast food restaurant they work at from going out of business despite a new and improved burger joint opening across the street that wants to be the top dog in the fast food industry. As you likely know, the film is based on a sketch of the same name from the popular Nickelodeon series All That. It all hinges 100% on the lead performances of Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell. They were pretty much the 90s answer to Laurel and Hardy, and I have to admit, they pull through in this one. The supporting cast all does a pretty good job as well, and is pretty notable. This would be the film debut of Linda Cardellini. It features Sinbad in a brilliant yet all too brief performance, and it has a cameo from Carmen Electra. The movie is obviously aimed at children, but there are a few risque jokes for adults watching, and the jokes actually hold up. The film is pretty well structured. It's not just a series of skits and gags. There's actually a story here with a bit of warmth, though it is extremely lighthearted. The film is adequately shot with a decent color palette. There's nothing outstanding here, but it's not too horrible to look at. There is a really fun opening credit sequence though. As it is intended for children, there is a heavy layer of cheese. A good bit of this plays into the comedy and works pretty well, but a lot of it doesn't. There's also a good number of jokes that fall pretty flat. There's a few visual effects that are pretty weak, but that's not what this film's built on. Also, there's an extended dancing sequence at the end of the film, featuring George Clinton of the Parliament Funkadelic. There's really no reason for this scene to be in the movie, and honestly, I generally fast forward through it every time I watch it. The soundtrack is a mixture of 90s rock, funk, and hip-hop. It's not my thing, but it does fit the film. Everything comes to a completely ridiculous ending, but honestly, it kind of fits in with the rest of the movie's tone. Good Burger is another movie that I can't recommend to everyone. While it isn't a prerequisite that you be familiar with All That or Kenan and Kel, it certainly doesn't hurt. While I will admit nostalgia plays a heavy factor in my opinion of this film, there are far worse ways to spend 95 minutes. It's a pretty good lighthearted comedy, and the jokes sustain the runtime. Go ahead and give it a watch.